thought this would be better, you know, not scripted, with just my tiny little notes. It's not, but power through. Hello and welcome back to this channel. It's been a while. Today's video is going to be short and sweet. In theory, I have a tendency to talk. Just talking about where I've been, where I'm going, what I'm doing, what's happening to this channel, and kind of what's to come for 2022. So strap in, if you're apparently watching this on a plane, I don't really know. Before I get started, I think I should say hi. Since September, I've only posted one video, pretty much, and I've gotten a lot of new subscribers, which for a small little channel, when you get like double in size almost, I mean, it's significant. So, hi, welcome. I'm Ashley. I started this YouTube channel back in April 2021 as a way to explore my relationship with the planet. For me, that looks like imperfect sustainability, so thrifting, trying to be low waste, plant-based eating. 2 is being outside and connecting with nature, so lots of hiking and camping and that good stuff. And then 3 is talking about animals and wildlife. I just love animals and wildlife. So that's kind of what this channel is. So hopefully whatever brought you here, hopefully you stick around. I also realized when I created this channel last year, I didn't do any introduction. I just threw up a video where I watched 21 ducks in 21 days, so you should watch that. So I haven't been really posting because I was making some changes kind of at the end of 2021 to set myself up for 2022. So let's start with where I've been, both, you know, in my life and physically. So we'll start with the end of 2021. Duh. At the end of October, beginning of November of 2021, I quit my job. Quit my job at a creative agency so that I could go freelance as an editor and producer, and I am loving it. It's only been about two and a half months so far, so we'll see what happens, but I'm really excited for the projects I'm working on and what's to come and what possibilities there are now that I'm my own boss, and a pretty good one at that. But that's kind of where I've been for the end of 2021. I wanted to make sure I got off to a really good start. I also knew that I wanted to take off time for the holidays, so I had to make enough, you know, money to get through that. If you can hear crying, that's my sister's dog. August, go away! But so that's where I was for the end of 2021. I didn't put a lot of time into this because I was putting a lot of time into that. But I'm hoping that this and that will overlap. I'm Dr. Seuss. Anyway, so that's where I kind of was at the end of 2021, setting myself up for success and getting off on the right foot for 2022. But so that was the beginning of November. And then in December, I decided that I didn't decide in December, I decided before December, but in December, I drove home, which, if you've been paying attention, my new home is Seattle, Washington. My home is Central New York. So yeah, I drove 41 hours cross country by myself with my dog in December. Honestly, it really wasn't that bad. You might be like, Ashley, why did you do that? Well, I knew that I wanted to be home for longer than just, you know, the holidays. I'm also going on a trip at the end of January for 2 weeks, so my parents are going to watch my dog, which is super convenient. I just couldn't leave Ollie for the holidays. And he cannot fly underneath a plane. He could never do that. He's not a service dog, so even though he's super well behaved, I can't bring him on a plane with me. So the only option, obviously, was to drive 41 hours with him. Lots of podcasts, lots of audiobooks, lots of singing to musicals. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Trying not to think about the fact that I have to go back. I'm excited to go back, just not excited to drive. But that leads me to my location and this janky lighting setup. So I'm currently at my parents' house in their guest room, sleeping on a twin bed like I did during the initial part of the pandemic. Workstation is here, my bed is here, and that's that. But it's been great. No, it's been great. I got to spend time with my nephew. I'm going to see my grandfather soon, so good stuff. Good time. That's where I am right now, New York. It was great because when I told people I quit my job and then they heard that I was going back to New York for an extended period of time, they're like, oh, are you moving back to New York? No. Honestly, half the reason I quit my job to go freelance was because I like Seattle so much. And I'm excited to explore it more once the weather gets a little better. But yeah, so no, I'm not moving back to New York. But I will have been not in Seattle for like 2 months, which is weird, and I miss it. But that kind of takes us to where I am now. What's happening? Like I said, I am going to go back to Seattle. I'll be back there in February. I have a trip planned at the end of the month that you'll stay tuned because you'll hear more about that. But the other part of this video I wanted to talk about was just kind of what's the future for Ashley and the planet. I mean, it's a great question. I don't have all the answers, but I can give you my current plan, which has changed like 3 times in the last month, but this one I feel pretty confident about. I thought about it for like, it's been on my mind for a couple of days. So going forward, I want to create more content for Ashley and the planet, but I kind of want to create 2 different kinds of content. So regular content that you can count on, and I think I'm going to post on Sundays, because you know how you watch like Sunday morning cartoons? Well, instead you can watch Sunday morning Ashley. So my plan is to try and post weekly again, but with kind of more, not vlog necessarily, but more day in the life, less researched, kind of not random content. It's all going to relate to Ashley and the planet and Ashley, but a little different. But then I also am really excited because I want to create more thoroughly researched, in-depth, actually like produced series, and those will come out a lot less regularly because they'll take a lot more time and commitment and kind of fine-tuning. So I guess you'll have messy videos regularly and nice, clean, pretty ones not regularly. So if that sounds great to you, stay tuned. That being said, make sure you're subscribed if you're watching this video. You probably already are, but double check. But then also follow the Ashley and the Planet Instagram, which is just at Ashley and the Planet, because I'm hoping to post there a little bit more regularly, but it will also give you insight into what's kind of coming up, what's going to be posted when, and what to look out for. Oh, I'm also trying to kind of redesign and get some cohesive lookage. That's not what I meant. Branding on this channel, so if you know a graphic designer who needs a gig and is reasonably priced, let me know. Other than that, and kind of really focusing on this channel in 2022, some other things that I'm excited about. I'm really big into goal planning and setting goals and stuff like that. And so I've got a lot of goals for 2022, but I'm excited about all of them, and a lot of them will relate to this channel, and you'll kind of see the progress of those. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers here. I want to hike 500 miles this year. I want to learn Spanish. I want to read more. I want to travel more. I don't know where all this time's going to come from. Apparently I also just want to master time, as it would be. I want to work on some of my sustainability practices, reducing my own food waste, hopefully doing an indoor garden. There's a video I've never released, but if I maybe when I hit 500 subscribers, I'll pull something together for the never before seen footage of my horribly failed indoor garden. Spoiler alert, there were 2 escaped caterpillars in my apartment. Anyway, so that's that. I'm really excited for 2022. I'm excited to get started and just actually do this thing, even if my lighting is not great. And there's a dog crying outside my door. So I hope you'll stick with me. If not for me, don't worry, Ollie will still be here along the way. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Make sure you're following the channel on Instagram. You can also follow me. You can also follow Ollie. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you back here next week. I promise. Like 90% I promise. But yeah, until next time. Wait, let's get some chaos in here. Ollie! Hey, you! Are you still there? Oh. You have legs. You have legs. Here he is. Don't worry. Oof. You love me. You love me. Can you say hi to the peoples? You're not well lit, but you're very cute. Are you tired?